So how you liking it out there at outside linebacker?
I love it, man. It's just feel like I'm back at safety like I was in high school, and just playing on the edge is really cool. So I'm enjoying hog.
What are your thoughts on TCU and the challenge that they're going to be this week?
TCU is a real explosive offense. They run a very fast tempo. They have a lot of speed and a lot of skill, so it's going to be a big challenge for the defense this week.
Is this the kind of game where that 3-4 really can show up with what they like to do on the outside?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It fits us better than the 4-3 than we did last year, so I'm excited to see how the 3-4 does against a caliber like TCU.
What do you remember of Kenny Hill or the times you played him?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, of Hill, the quarterback.
He's a really talented quarterback, has a strong arm, and he also can move, so he's a dual threat type of quarterback, and he can do some great things.
So those are the type of quarterbacks that really hurt you all last year. Just how do you feel going against that kind of quarterback now?
Last year, like I said, last year was last year, and I feel this year that we're more suited and more prepared this year.
Coach Rhodes made a comment yesterday that last year you guys were gassed at halftime in this kind of game. Do you feel like the depth that you guys are starting to build will really show up on Saturday?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I feel this year we have a lot more guys that can play and step in. So hopefully we don't be this gassed as we was last year.
What y'all got in the linebacker room? What your coach think you did well, and what do y'all still got to work on after this first week?
Talking about. Wait, can you repeat that one more time?
I said, what y'all got in the linebacker room to go over the field? What did y'all do well, and what do y'all got to keep working on?
I would say just getting in line, just making sure we're here and see the call. And I know just one play last week we looked back, and that's something that we can't do. So just hearing and seeing the call and just getting on the same page with everyone else.
The job that you and Randy do out in space, how has that improved, and what did you guys kind of gain from last game with that?
With me and Rumble in space, it allows a bigger body to be in the game, not always having to just keep the nickel in the game and just wearing him out, but to also have another big body that can move just as well and that can cover as well. It's a good fit for the defense.
Just the weapons they have on that offense, how do you guys cover all of them and kind of slow them down on Saturday?
We cover them as best as we could. We're going to scheme and do the best that we can to stop the speed and the skill that they have. But we're going to just go out and do what we do and just wish for the best.
Did you think you almost had a pick in the second half when that swing pass out in the flat?
Yes, definitely. I jumped too early. I misjudged the ball, so I feel if I would have stayed on my feet and ran back about 2 more yards, I would have had that pick.
Coach Patterson, he didn't play the starters as frontline guys, maybe 20, 30 snaps on offense. And he said maybe they kept things a little bit vanilla. What about for you guys? Did y'all hold back a few things that you hope to show against TCU?
No, sir. We just did what we did, and we're not going to stop doing what we're doing for, a team that's not as high caliber. But, we're going to just do what we do against everybody and play our game.
Kenny Hill last year, he got y'all for, pretty good amount of yardage. What are you expecting from him this time around?
He's a great quarterback. He's a good guy. Like I said, last year, and this year, it was a different scheme and it's a different defense. So,
what do you think that line did in front of you guys last Thursday?
Our line?
Yeah, the line.
D-line did really well. They're real physical and they get hands-on. Pretty much it was a game for the front seven last week. The back end didn't have to do much, so the D-line, those guys did a great job.
How much responsibility will you and Randy have this week trying to contain what Kenny does and him scrambling maybe?
It's going to be a big responsibility for me and Randy, especially being a guy in space. I feel they're going to try to attack us and go at us, so we have a big responsibility as far as the defense goes.